Hey guys, it's Jack in my secret space. I'm gonna get under a pillow. Can you see this? This is a pillow. I'm gonna tell you about my trip about Kansas City. So the first day we got on Friday night, we had to sleep because it was super late. In the morning, I forgot what we did in the morning. But Zoe, stop! Zoe, stop! That's my sister always annoying me.
Always brush your teeth. Getting my roll up together. It's got everything in there I need. This from my brother and sister-in-law Michelle has been so helpful to be able to have my big tall stuff. I just have to find the cap for this guy. I look like in the morning before I go back to bed again later. But I'm not gonna get coffee here. I'm gonna get coffee at Scooters because Scooters is so good to me. But what I usually get, let me switch around, is here's my stuff that I pack. I pack my vitamins, I pack my shake stuff, I pack some protein powder. I'm taking a couple things for the kids. But then I also pack a bag of some frozen stuff because I try not to eat a ton at the hotel, or I try not to eat a lot of food, fast food. Okay, so I'm getting out of the house quite a bit later than I wanted to. And it looks like I'm carrying a ton when I load up the back of the car, but it's just because I like to bring a lot of food. So I save money from the hotel and just from eating out. So half the stuff I bring is usually food. So this thing is amazing. This is from my brother and sister-in-law as well. Who would have thought that I would have been so excited about a suitcase? But before I got it, I was having to pull everything or lug everything by hand, and they got me this really beautiful one that I can pull. So now it's so much easier. So I would recommend a rolling suitcase, and that was the first hard lesson I learned. So lesson number one, when you're going to travel, have somebody get you a rolling suitcase. And then since I'm missing my gym bag, do you like how I'm using a Walmart food bag to hold my gym stuff? That's okay. You do what you gotta do. In one state, I drive into another and I go to bed. And then I will wake up and go to work, and then my family is gonna be in another state and swing by the hospital to say goodnight to me. And maybe if I forgot something, bring me something. So that's one thing that's nice is I usually pack everything I need. Like one time I forgot to pack Ted hose, or I forgot to pack something, and but in this case they could bring me stuff if I need it. So I'm going to get my coffee, find a really good podcast to listen to. Sometimes if I need to, I'll catch up on a church service, but I'll find something really encouraging and we'll get on the road. So first of all, they have one of my favorite flavors, German chocolate cake. So I'm in a great mood. Second of all, I was literally going to ask them if I could pay for the person behind me. I know Zoe is always asking to do that, and so anytime that we can, I love to pay it forward and bless the person behind me. And I pull up and she goes, "Here you go, the person behind you paid for you." And I said, that's really funny because I was planning on paying for the person behind me. So it's just a great day to share kindness and the love of Jesus. And so she's like, "Yes, it is. He is so good, isn't he?" So it's great to share the love of God with people, even people you don't know. So I've gone this way so many times now that my phone literally assumes it knows I'm going to the hotel, and it just gave me the estimated time to get to the hotel. I'm getting such a late start, but fuel tank's filled, tummy's filled, coffee cup is on its way to get not filled, and I'm gonna find a really good podcast to listen to. It's actually really exciting though, because there are some new podcasts I just found, some nursing podcasts, also some faith-based podcasts. I catch up on the Mama Wives podcast or some of the videos. I will say that I'll talk more about Mama Wives in a little while, but meeting, and I guess I should probably say it actually goes back to Mike finding a dad podcast, The Dad's Edge, and that was something that completely changed our lives. So he found the Dad Edge, or the Good Dad Project. That's what I think it was initially, maybe. But DEA, I feel like there are a couple names that I don't quite understand, but when Mike found that group, that changed his life. I've just seen such a change in him, and he is just, I mean, I married a good man. Don't get me wrong, I married a good man, but there is something that having a group of men that are committed to the Lord and to being good husbands and fathers and good citizens, good productive members of society who want to better everything and try to encourage people. There's something about that when you're surrounded by goodness and encouragement like that, it just catapults you. So he has just blown me away with the changes and just the quality and just the type of man that he is now. I mean, that man was good before, but he is amazing. So when he got into the Dad's Edge, or Good Dad Project, there were a couple of wives that we were looking around to see if there was something similar for ourselves. And that's when I was introduced to Brandy Salazar, and she has created the Mama Wives community, Mama Wives Tribe, Mama Wives Community, and for the last 2 years, that online community has been such a source of comfort and support. I cannot even tell you. It's a drop in the bucket, the money that we put in for that, the membership. It has been such an investment in my life, and I have gotten to meet a handful of them, and I will talk about them later because they are solid women. No, it's just, so I listen to videos and we do Zoom calls, we have homework assignments, we have encouraging posts, we talk to each other. I have a solid group of women that I text throughout the week and I got to meet them. It's just amazing. One of the funny things is that one of the first Mama Wives I got to meet was Trisha Beckering. She runs a business with Beachbody. It's insane. So she's such a strong person who is wanting to become a personal trainer. And so she's stepping out in faith and just realizing the goals and the ambition and just the aptitude and everything that she can do. So I'm so proud of her. But I got to meet her because God is so good and he is just so funny like that. My very first travel assignment was in the city where Trisha lives. So my very first nursing assignment, I got to meet one of the Mama Wives, and Mike got to meet one of the Dad's Edge guys. So we got to spend some great time hanging out, meeting, letting our kids meet, grabbing dinner, grabbing donuts, letting them run around outside. It was just so precious. So that group has been such an amazing support for me. So I am excited to share more about that, but I'm going to settle in with probably a video of Brandy's or something like that. So I will probably talk more about that later. I'd also love to support Trisha, and I will put her Beachbody contact and website in the comments also. If you're looking for someone who is going to look at where you are currently, to ask you what your goals are, she's going to help you find a great system of supplements to also help you find a really exciting workout program that you can do anywhere. I do my Beachbody workout videos in the hotel, and also I can bring them to the gym with me, and I can follow along with if it's an upper body, lower body, if it's a mix, if it's push-pull, if we're doing abs that day and core and back, or if I'm just going to do a quick cardio. But it's really great. It's super flexible, and it's just really easy to incorporate it into my traveling, which I didn't know if it would be possible, but I can do a workout in my hotel room and I'm sweating. So it's great. Okay. It's so late checking in, but I gotta run outside. It's beautiful. Only probably got just under 2 miles, but this kind of rocky dirt trail is just really nice to run on. It's softer. And just the breeze and the little stream, and then just streaming Red Rocks worship. It's just so refreshing. Just lets me kind of go to sleep with just a renewed and refreshed sense of peace. Just knowing that I'm exactly where the Lord wants us to be. So I'm all ready for bed. I did a little bit of a reading in James. and I am just finishing up icing my knee a little bit. I took my Shackley supplements, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some rest. I'm so excited because I know that after I wake up and get to the hospital and get started, I know that Mike and the kids are gonna be getting into town. They might be able to swing by the hospital on their way to the hotel and say goodnight to me. So it's hard sleeping sometimes when I know I'm gonna see them in a little bit, but so it is a little bit past when I wanted to go to sleep. It's about almost 12:30, so I'll get close to 5 hours, but considering I let myself sleep last night when I maybe shouldn't have, it'll be okay. So I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night. My alarm went off, and I think I'm gonna hit snooze probably just once, and then we'll start getting ready for work. All right, so it's 5:38. It's a gorgeous day outside. I usually like to leave the hotel a little bit early because I want to get something to eat, but the light's not the greatest because it's behind me, but I'm pretty much done. There's a little curl left in my hair, so Friday's pretty casual. It's pretty low-key, not a ton going on, maybe some admits that are kind of still getting settled from admission. Usually sometimes they'll come in around 5 or 6. So I could have some admits, could be busy, but I'll just leave my hair down. That way I can maybe just do like an updo the next 2 days. But I'm gonna put my Ted hose on, and then my superhero transformation will be complete. But also I had to have my water and coffee. I haven't even had much of it yet. So, gotta finish that first. One really fun thing to do is to pick my Ted hose for the night. I let the kids pick, so that way when I'm wearing a Ted hose that they choose, I feel closer to them. So I can either tonight, I can save the turtles. I can think about bacon and eggs, breakfast all day long, or I can just go boring. I think we're gonna go with save the turtles. But seriously, I love breakfast. I think about breakfast all the time. It's my favorite meal of the day. And this is the best job ever because I get to have breakfast basically all day long. So I wake up at 5 o'clock in the evening, it's breakfast time for me because I just woke up. Or when I get off work at 7, it's breakfast time for everybody else. So why not have breakfast? So I basically eat breakfast like around the clock. It's the best situation. It's kind of funny. I walked out, I saw somebody walk out of the hotel room. There were 3 of them, and this older gentleman, he steps outside the hotel and he cracks open a beer. It's like, good for you, man. Good for you. And then he got in the passenger side, so I was okay with that. So, on to work. I gotta put this bad boy on before I go inside. Alright, so I'm gonna walk in and go grab a salad and maybe a few snacks from the cafeteria. And then, like I said, I will go up, and typically I'm on rehab because that's where I'm assigned, but I'll check and see if I got floated either to the ER to cover for some reason, or if I go over to another floor. So I don't mind getting floated, but tonight I kind of just hope I'm on rehab. So let's go find out. Okay, so I'm super excited because we have 3 nurses, a tech, and we only have 5 patients each. So I'm super excited. And they're great nurses to work with. I like the 2 that I'm with. So it's gonna be a good night. I thought I would show you all of my essentials that I start my shift with. So I usually split up some kind of a protein bar, and I try to drink mostly water, but I add a little bit of flavor in there. Got my badge. Got my buddy photo, because they want us to be able to show what we look like without masks. I've got some chapstick that I'll put in. I've got a couple pens and highlighters. Tons of alcohol pads. I usually don't need my pupil assessment tool called a pen light. I got a couple caps to cover IVs because I don't understand, for the love of all that is goodness, they leave IV caps uncapped. I don't know why. And then I've got my scissors. I'll clean those off before I use them. I was going to change up the pattern or the cap on my badge, but I like the pineapple, so we'll keep it. So I can't tape a lot on the floor yet until it's quieter, until everyone's gone. But I'm going to go grab my SBAR sheets. I'll write down the last labs. I'll write down last vitals, any new orders today, information on my patients, critical issues or concerns that I think I need to ask about days. their last bowel movement, because you have no idea how many times that's not looked at, but I focus on that as well. So I'm gonna go get report and I will catch up with you later. Look at all my tools. I'm ready to go. So I got kind of a late start on a couple of things. I had an admit that I had to do. So it's now like 11:30 and I'm just now going downstairs to the coffee guy to get coffee and get a snack maybe. I usually don't take a lunch till about 1 or 2 a.m., but I do take a couple snacks. I have the admission done and the charting's all done. I have a really good set of patients today, a good team, but it's just been a little bit busy. And then trying to catch up. The admit kind of puts you behind a little bit on other things, but so far so good. So I'm gonna go get a snack and I'll be right back. So it's about 2:30 and I'm kind of dragging, so I'm gonna get myself some coffee and have a lunch, but I might try to lift weights over lunch to keep the blood pumping, keep me awake. So let me go get some coffee and then we'll have a break. We're almost done. It is 6:15 and I'm grabbing phones for the day shift. I'm gonna charge my phone for a little bit and then we'll be giving a report in about half an hour. My meds are all done. Patients are toileted. Some are already up and ready for the day. So we're almost done. It's 7:40 and I just got done because report took forever. And I was just drinking something in the hallway and I decided to spill water down my scrub top. But that's okay because my day's done. I'm gonna clock out and go to the hotel and see my family and then I'm gonna sleep. So this has been a day in the life of a night travel nurse. First episode. Maybe I'll do another one if I'm in another unit or the next city. We'll see. But this is what a day in my life looks like. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna check out and go to bed. See you later.